What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. I am your host, Israel Rivera, with Prime Sports World. And everybody is probably wondering, man, what are you doing on a Friday on the podcast? You done with college football? You done with college basketball? Man, you already did the Prime. You already did NBA. You already did the crossover. Oh, you already did NFL. No, this is a new show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new show. This is Roundin the Bases, presented by Prime Sports World, our new MLB content podcast, baby. Bringing it to you, rolling it out, because, man, I love my baseball, and summer is right here. Summer's here, baby. So go ahead, go to the park, go to the ballpark, go get a beer, go get a brat, go get all the type of wacky type of stuff that they cooking up, chefing up in there, and go watch some baseball, whether it's AAA, AA, Major Leagues. I love baseball. Man, this is a great time. This is an awesome time. I'm loving it so far. I mean, this is my time of year. I go to at least 20 baseball games every summer. Whether it's by myself, with my kid, or with my friends, I go to at least 20 baseball games, and that's because the White Sox, their tickets are cheap. Man, anyways, I'll go see my Cubbies half the time, though, and I'll go see the good teams that come into guarantee rate. I'll go see the good teams go into guarantee rate, and I'll go root for the other team because, you know, I'm a Cub fan. I don't mess with those White Sox. I don't mess with those White Sox. But I try to be as you know, in middle of the road as I can be when I'm doing these podcasts. I ain't messing with the White Sox. I ain't never messing with the White Sox. I go to the White Sox. I go to guarantee rate. I call it Comiskey still. I go to Comiskey still to mess with fans, and I go to Comiskey still to root for the other team. Root for the other team. Yes, that's what I do. I'm that guy. I'll come in there wearing my Cubs gear too. Enemy territory, baby. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, before I start the show, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World. We are on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And ladies and gentlemen, you can catch me on my Twitter handle at Izzy_PSW and David_PSW, whatever, however, you just find us anywhere. And in case you missed this live feed, we are on all streaming platforms where podcasts can be heard. That is Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm about 13 episodes behind. I gotta go ahead and upload about 13 episodes on the RSS feed. But you'll be caught up with all that content, so you can hear us live. You can hear this live feed on your streaming devices, on all mobile devices, in case you missed the show. So go ahead and check that out, and go ahead and like our podcast on all those streaming platforms as well. I sure as hell appreciate it. But ladies and gentlemen, man, it's a long season. That's all I gotta say. It's a long season for baseball. And when I say that, it's pretty incredible. We're just at the start of it. So there's teams that are right now, like, they have some wins that they probably shouldn't, but you know they have a record that you probably don't know. You know, you probably don't know. You feel me? But it's a long season. It's a long season. It's 162 games. I think we're like not even through a quarter of them. I don't even think we're in a quarter of them right now. It's 162 games, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and chill out, because some of your teams, like the Pirates. I'm sorry, like the Pirates. I'm gonna put it out there like that. I'm sorry, Pirates fans. Even though I want to go see a park, that's on my bucket list. That's on my bucket list to go see the Pirates, to go see that stadium. I heard wonders. I heard that was one of the best stadiums to ever watch, to ever, you know, to see a baseball game. I've been in some beautiful stadiums. And when I say the Pirates, I'm really like they're 1.5 games out of first place. I mean, they ain't gonna last. I don't know if that lasts or not. They might turn the corner. I'm being the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're in first place right now. They're in the same division as the Padres and the Dodgers. I don't know. I don't know how long that lasts. Okay, I don't know how long that lasts. And in the AL West, the Rangers are 12-6. The Mariners, who made the playoffs, 8-11. The Astros are 9-10. They've come out stumbling. The Angels are 9-10. We certainly thought that I honestly think that the Angels. This is a tough division actually, and then they have one of the worst teams in baseball, in the A's, that are playing, that are at the bottom of this division. And then another team. When I look at the AL Central, I thought the White Sox would be. They're tied with the Detroit Tigers at 7 games. Minnesota Twins are up are first place. I thought the White Sox would take an extra step, and they've kind of come out flat as well, just like the Dodgers have come out flat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 162 games. Sorry for the pause, but I had to remind you, it's 162 games. It's 162 games, ladies and gentlemen. So just buckle in for the ride. When I look at the AL East, though, I mean, Braves expected, Mets expect. They right on the Braves trail right now. Right on the Braves trail right now. But my Cubbies, man, I'm telling you, I'm a Cub fan. My Cubbies, they coming. They just whomped the LA Dodgers today, 13-0. I think 4 home runs. Everybody in the starting lineup on the Cubs got a hit. Trey Mancini had 3 of them. I forget who the kid's at the top of the order. I forget who was the kid at the top of the order of the Cubs. The kid at the top of the order was 4 for 5. Something like that. The kid at the top of the order was 4 or 5 today. Let me look at the box score. Let me look at the box. Nico Warner. 4 or 5, 4 ribbies and a homer. Killing it this year. 365, slugging 459, 40%, 407 on base percentage. What? The Cubs went out and spent some money. And Julio Urias is one of the better pitchers in the major leagues, and he gave up 5 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 base on balls, and struggled early through 3 innings pitched. And my boy Drew Smiley, 10 Ks through 7. Let's go. We played the Dodgers very tough. Even in the game in which they came back and won in LA last weekend. Even in the game in LA when they came back last weekend, the Cubs were leading that whole game. I mean, you could say a bunch of things about the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers have fallen short this year so far. Freddie Freeman's going to be Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts going to be Mookie Betts. Max Muncy has been a hot hitter for them. Trace Thompson had a hell of a World Baseball Classic, but it's kind of struggled to start this season. Jason Hayward's over. I mean, he's over the hill in my opinion. But I mean, I love Jay Hay though. I love Jay Hay. I mean, if I could get an opportunity to get Jay Hay on the podcast, I would love to have Jay Hay on the podcast. I heard he's really involved in the community, especially in my mom's neighborhood in Austin. JD, I mean, the Dodgers, I'm not worried about that. That's 160 something plus games. Come on. What did I just say? 162, 66 games, whatever the hell I just said. Okay. Chris Taylor. I mean, these guys the bats are going to wake up for the Dodgers. They're 10-11. They're just coming up short a little bit. But them Cubs, they went out and spent that money this year. Trey Mancini, Dansby Swanson. They went out and spent some money this year in the offseason. They got guys that can put it out the park. They got a potent offense. Let me tell you something. They got a potent offense. Don't sleep on my Cubbies. Don't sleep on my Cubs this year. And also, don't sleep on them Braves. I love the Braves this year. I mean, I think the Braves could win the pennant this year. And I think they could win the pennant this year. Easily. Ronald Acuna is looking like MVP so far for the NL. We'll get to that later on in the show. Soon. We'll get to that later on in the show. But anyways, let me go forward to the power rankings. The first ever Prime Sports World MLB power rankings. Now, I took a lot of these power rankings from different websites and kind of mastered them on my own after watching the first, 3-4 weeks of the season or so. So if you guys disagree, go ahead and put those in the comments if you would disagree. But the Rays should be number one. They started off the season on a 13-game win streak. 13-game win streak. Unprecedented. And a lot of people want to say they had a weak schedule. They're 16-3 right now. They're 16-3. I mean, they played the Tigers, the Nationals, the A's, like during that span, which are like the three worst teams in the MLB. And a lot of people are, skeptical about the Rays. But Shane McClanahan is the Cy Young Award. He's on the watch list. I know he's kind of struggled a little bit, but the Rays are for real. The Rays are for real. The Rays are for real. AL East, they are for real. They are, 2 years removed from making it from being in the World Series. I mean, the Rays are for real. At number 2, I got the Braves. I just talked about the Braves. Like, Strider is let me tell you, man. Let me tell you guys. From Ronald Acuna, they might have one of the more dominant young pitchers in major leagues right now in Spencer Strider. His run last year, May to September, was magnificent. 2.77 ERA, 165 strikeouts, only 34 walks, and 72 hits over 107.1 innings. I mean, you're talking about that is he's starting off the season. I mean, he's averaging 9 to 10 Ks. 9 Ks. I think he's got 9 Ks in all 4 starts this season, Spencer Strider. And we're talking about this NL Cy Young is loaded. I'm talking about Verlander hasn't played it. Scherzer. Sandy Alcantara has kind of stumbled out a little bit. Corbin Burns from the Milwaukee Brewers, he's good. Aaron Nola from the Philadelphia Phillies, he's good. Julio Arias, I just talked about, from the Dodgers. All those guys are aces. Like, stacked. When you talk about a NL Cy Young class, that is a stat class, and Spencer Strider is leading the pack. I mean, I think he might be leading MLB in strikeouts this year. He is dominant. I mean, he has, his movement is, it's a thing of beauty. But they might have the NL Cy Young and the NL MVP when it's all said and done, the Atlanta Braves. At number 3, I got the Brewers. Number 4, and I talked about the Brewers. The Brewers are an excellent team too as well. They started up, they're 14-5. They have a Cy Young Award candidate as well, and Corbin Burns. So yeah, the Brewers are excellent. At number 4, I got the New York Mets. They have been playing amazing. I mean, we talk about a team that's right behind the Braves. The Mets have been amazing. Just wait till Verlander comes and starts kicking. Just wait till Verlander comes and starts kicking for the Mets. Just saying. At number 5, I got the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole has been, honestly, Garrett Cole was on my watch list he might win the AL Cy Young. He's been dominant this year. He barely allowed, I think he won one in all 4 of his outings. Barely allowed a run in all 4 of his outings. 4-0, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He's been dominant. Power pitcher. 2-seam, 4-seam. Whoop! Garrett Cole is amazing. At number 6, I got the Blue Jays. Number 7, got the Twins. Number 8, the Diamondbacks. I talked about the Diamondbacks a little bit. That's a team, and on a lot of MLB rankings, they're outside the top 10. I got them inside the top 10 so far. Um, I mean, they have a lockdown, shutdown closer in Andrew Chafin. They have one of the best rookies probably in baseball this year. I mean, the Diamondbacks are legit. The Diamondbacks are legit, but we'll see how it all plays out because, like I said, the West is tough. The West is tough. You got the Padres. You got the Dodgers, the Giants. I'm not even gonna put the Padres and the Dodgers. I mean, those teams are not gonna stop coming. I mean, you got an NL MVP candidate in Juan Soto on the Padres, Manny Machado. Come on, let's stop playing. Let's stop playing with each other right now. So the Diamondbacks are a legit player right now when it comes to the MLB power rankings. And they have and right now they have an excellent rookie in Corbin Carroll, the left fielder. I mean, he's got 4 home runs. He's batting .280. I mean, he's been really killing it so far. And he's the number 1. He's the number 2 prospect behind Gunnar Henderson in Baltimore. Jordan Walker's right there too. I mean, I'll talk about the NL Rookie of the Year, but the Diamondbacks are legit. I think Matt James, if he's watching the podcast, he'd love that. I gave Diamondbacks a shout out on this podcast. Number 9, I got the Cleveland Guardians. It's kind of getting hard to say that too because Washington Commanders, Cleveland Guardians, we all had to change their names, but Cleveland Guardians, baby, in the top 10. At number 10, rounding out my top 10 is the Padres, San Diego Padres. Then at number 11, I don't expect the Houston Astros to be at number 11 for the rest. I mean, they've had a dominant past week. I expect them to jump in the top 10 next time I do this podcast next Friday. I expect the Astros to jump right in the top 10 when I do this podcast. Number 12, I got the Orioles. Number 13, the Cubs. I expect them to jump in the top 10 when it's all said and done, and maybe in a couple weeks in terms of my power rankings. I think if the Cubs can keep this offensive onslaught going, I mean, with the good pitching that they have, I think the Cubs can make some noise in the NL Central easily. At number 14, I got the Rangers. 15, the Dodgers. I expect the Dodgers to rise up in the rankings. At number 16, I got the Boston Red Sox, who have kind of stumbled out the gate a little bit, but I expect them to kind of play. The number 17, I got the Seattle Mariners. I expect them to kind of come back and play. I mean, it's early. It's 160-something games. A lot of these, it's just like, first, not even a quarter through the season yet. You got to give it some time. At number 18, we got the Florida Marlins, or the Miami Marlins, however you want to say, Miami Marlins. At number 19, we got the St. Louis Cardinals, who have one of the better rookies they have one of the better rookies as well. I'll talk about it later than Jordan Walker as well. At number 20, I got the Los Angeles Angels, Shohei Ohtani and those guys. They kind of stumbled out the gate a little bit. Bats need to wake up a little bit for the Angels, but I got them at number 20. I'm sure that they will rise up. Number 21, the Pirates, man, 13 wins so far. I have them so low. I should have them higher than that. Should actually have them high. But I mean, when I look at the makeup of the team, when I look at the makeup of the Pirates, I don't think they're better than the Dodgers. I don't think they're better than the Padres. I don't think they're better than the Cubs. I think this 13 wins. I mean, you always get those teams that start off they start out hot. First 20 games of the season, they starting off hot. So you always have those teams, that do that come out hot. But the Pittsburgh Pirates are a very young team. Very young team. And I think when I look at them, I think that they're hot right now, but I think that they'll come back down to earth as everything kind of starts to the dust starts to settle down for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think that's what will happen. I mean, we saw this with the White Sox, I think a few years ago, 6 years ago or something. And we see this every year. Like I said, first quarter of the season, some teams just come out hot and then they just fizzle out. And that's what I think will happen to the Pirates. So I got them lower because I don't think they're better than the Mariners. I don't think they're better than the Dodgers. I don't think they're better than the Red Sox. I don't think they're better than the Cubs. I don't think they're better than the Astros. I don't think they're better than the Padres. So, but I have them at number 21, which is awesome. Number 22, I got the Phillies. Number 23, the White Sox. Man, they have stumbled out the gate. I mean, they've really been disappointing to me. I mean, they have a AL Cy Young award in Dylan Cease. They have a guy that's up for the AL Cy Young award, and Dylan Cease has been lights out. I mean, 2-0. He's amazing. I mean, he's an ace for their team. But that team, their bats need to wake up. I mean, they're a little injured too, but their bats need to wake up as well for the White Sox. At number 24, I got the Giants. Number 25, Detroit Tigers. 26, I got the Cincinnati Reds. At number 27, I got the Colorado Rockies. And then rounding out my top 10, I got the Nationals, Royals, and the worst team in baseball, the Oakland Athletics, here in my power rankings as well, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the Prime Sports World Award predictions, and I started this, and you know what I will do going forward, because it's a lot, because you got the AL, the NL, the NL Rookie of the Year, the AL Rookie of the Year, the NL MVP, the AL MVP. I'm going to try and keep an awards watch list for some of these awards, if I can, but it's a lot. There is a lot of games. I might just bring this every quarter of the season with the watch list for AL, NL. You know, after the first quarter or maybe the half a season, I might come back with it. But these are my award winners, my predictions for the award winners for this year. Starting off at the AL Cy Young Award winner. AL Cy Young Award winner. I got Garrett Cole as my AL Cy Young. I just talked about it. He's 4-0. He's got let me look at Garrett Cole's stats. They're literally insane. And then last year was Justin Verlander. He won an AL Cy Young Award. He won the AL Cy Young Award. But yeah, Garrett Cole has been absolutely tremendous this year for the Yankees. Like I said, he's 4-0, 0.95 ERA, 32 Ks, 0.74 with runners with his whip. So, yeah, Garrett Cole has been flat out amazing this year as an AL Cy Young Award winner. But, I mean, I'll be surprised. I mean, look, when I look at it, there's guys on the list. Dylan Cease, Shane McClanahan. I talked. He's come out a little flat. Shohei Ohtani, who had a good season as a pitcher. The only reason I don't have Shohei, I got Shohei on this list. I mean, as you guys can see, but if Shohei locked in as just the pitcher, like he'd win this award. But he's the DH, he's the pitcher. So Shohei, he's gonna win more than 10 games this year, and he's gonna win it under a 3-run earned run average easily. Another guy to look at, Tyler Glasnow from the Tampa Bay Rays, Jacob deGrom from the Rangers. These are guys that are on the awards watch list, and those are guys that have odds at, if you're looking to bet. But those are guys that have odds. But the guy who takes the cake, Garrett Cole, right? So far this season, right? He's got to be the front runner for the AL Cy Young Award. NL Cy Young Award, I just talked about him, Spencer Strider. He's taken his second half of the season and he's translated it to this season. Let me pull up Spencer Strider's stats and just kind of give you a little micro. 2-0, 2.45 earned run average, 36 Ks so far this year for Spencer Strider. 36 Ks. In all 4 of his outings, he's got 9 Ks in each outing. 9 Ks in each outing. And he's only got credit for 2 of those wins. But every appearance, the Braves are undefeated. They've won every game. Getting them great run support. I love Spencer Strider to win it. But I wouldn't be surprised if, a guy like Corbin Burns from the Milwaukee Brewers He's kind of come out a little flat. Max Fried, Sandy Alcantara's definitely come out flat for the Miami Marlins. Aaron Nola's come out flat. Max Scherzer. Let me tell you something. Spencer Strider's a plus 1,100 to win this award. Go get your money from the bank and put it on. Go get your money from the bank and put it on Spencer Strider for winning the NL Cy Young Award. Because I think he'll do it. I think he'll win it. Go get your money, though, and put it on Spencer Strider. That's legit. That is absolutely legit right now. We still haven't, I mean, we got to give Verlander a chance to start it up. The Mets are playing excellent. I think Verlander have a chance. Some of these other guys, like I pull up Max Fried stats. I was just looking at them, just like not even 3 minutes ago. 1.08 earned run average, only 6 Ks. He's the other pitcher that's in the rotation for the Braves. That's why they're so good. He's only got 2 appearances, both wins, but he only got for 1.64, 190. He's a big dude. He's excellent as well. I'll pull up Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara from the Miami Marlins. 1-2, 5.84 ERA, 20 Ks, 1.18 on the whip. That's a guy that is going to turn it around real quick. I don't expect those numbers to keep happening. And if you're a Miami Marlins fan, Marlins fans, you guys should know. Like, Sandy Alcantara is going to come back strong this season. He's just coming out a little dusty right now. Aaron Nola the same way, right? I mean, I look at Aaron Nola's stats right now as well. I'll pull them up. Aaron Nola, 1-2, 5.91 ERA with 19 Ks, 1.45 whip. I would expect both of those guys to come back and play strong, and pitch strong for the rest of the season. Either you're coming back, starting the season. It happens. You come out, flat. I talked about certain teams that come out flat: the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Marlins, the Padres, all come out kind of flat. Even though they're all right there in the NL West, right there with the Diamondbacks to be the number 1 team there. But yeah, those guys are. I have no doubt that those guys will come back strong. But right now, in my opinion, my NL Cy Young Award has to go to Spencer Strider. I mean, he's been great so far this year. But I mean, another reason the Mets have been great, Max Scherzer, once they get and Max Scherzer is 2-1, 3.72 ERA, 1.19 on the whip, 17 Ks. He's 38. Him and Verlander are old, but man, these guys can wheel and deal still. Oh my gosh. These guys can still wheel and deal. But I expect him. I mean, he's 2-1. I expect him to have a better earned run average. I mean, a lot of these guys are starting the season off. Like I said, they come out flat. Moving on to the NL Rookie of the Year. My NL Rookie of the Year is Corbin Carroll. Like I said, from the Diamondbacks. I don't think it's even close. I don't even think it's close. I don't think it needs to be close. Yeah. I mean, well, honestly, no, it is close. Sorry, it is close. It's right now between Corbin Carroll and Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'll pull up Jordan Walker stats because they're very similar. They're very similar when it comes to both their stats. Jordan Walker's 269, 2 home runs, 9 ribbies, 698 on base percentage. When I look at Corbin Carroll's got 4 home runs, 257 average, batting average, 8 RBIs. But he's got those 4 home runs that pop out of left field. But I think when it's all said and done, Corbin Carroll, it depends on if the Diamondbacks are number 1, if they're like in the top 3, it's a close race in the AL West. Corbin Carroll gets that. I mean, Corbin Carroll gets that award. He's been He's been pretty damn good so far this year. And you got guys like Miguel Vargas. I mean, I forget who the other rookie is on the Dodgers, but he had one of those hits with the comeback against the Cubs, Miguel Vargas. He's another one that can. He's kind of struggled as well. I think he's batting below 200, but he's another guy that he's surrounded by talent on the Dodgers that he has a lot of opportunity to get RBIs, more RBIs than some of these guys. He's got that ability. I mean, he in AAA. He had 17 home runs. He had 16 steals and 100 runs scored at the AAA level last season for Miguel Vargas. And, now he came into the season with a full spring training, started the season with the Dodgers. I don't expect him to go down. We'll see. But, I mean, he's been pretty damn good. He's been pretty damn good at second base as well. So, he's a guy. He's a guy to watch out for. He's a guy to watch out for. When it comes to the AL Rookie of the Year, right now, I don't think it's even like right now. Josh Jung from the Rangers. Josh Jung from the Rangers has played lights out. He's been playing pretty damn good. Take your money to the bank. Plus 900 to win the AL Rookie of the Year this year. Josh Jung batting 284, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. 0.805 on base percentage. He's been pretty damn good so far this year, I would say, for the AL Rookie of the Year. Other guys to watch out for, Gunnar Henderson, obviously, he's like the number one prospect. One of the best prospects. I mean, great shortstop, power. He's going to be a perennial all-MLB guy, a perennial all-star. He's definitely one of the favorites to win it. To start the season, he was one of the favorites. He's kind of come out a little flat as well to start the season. That glove ain't flat though. That glove ain't flat, but he's batting 176, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. I expect that. He's a big boy too, 6'3", 220, great size, and he's playing third for them. I expect him to turn it around. Oscar Colas from the White Sox, he's a plus 1,500 to win this award. He's actually hasn't been so bad for them, actually, for the White Sox. When I look at Oscar Colas stats, he hasn't been so before a rookie. He hasn't been so bad for them. He hasn't been so bad. I honestly, batting 232, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Right fielder, he's young. Give him some time. I think Oscar Colas will put his name back up in here. Anthony Volpe's a guy that's kind of struggled as well. Hunter Brown's another guy, but Josh Jung, I think it's going to be Josh Jung and Gunnar Henderson to win this Rookie of the Year. The way Josh Jung has come out and played this season has been tremendous. I look at another guy, Hunter Brown from the Astros. He's another guy that we got to look out for as well for the Astros. Let me pull up his stats real quick. Hunter Brown, he's a pitcher, 2-0, 1.93 ERA, 17 Ks, 1.02 on the whip. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good for the Houston Astros. So he's another guy to watch out for. He's actually strong. I think actually when I look at the AL Rookie of the Year, I think he's right behind Josh Jung. If I had today, if the award was given out today, and I hate that I say that because the first quarter of the season, I wouldn't do that because it's 160-something games to be played in the MLB season. He would be right behind Josh Jung to win this award easily. Moving on to NL MVP, Ronald Acuna from the Braves is my winner to win this award. Ronald Acuna, the Braves are probably the second best team in the league right now. He's hot right now. I mean, 367 batting average, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 999, almost a 99.995 on base percentage. Ronald Acuna has been flat out amazing for the Atlanta Braves. I think he wins the NL MVP this season. But there's some other guys that you can also look out for as well. I mean, you're gonna have guys that are, like, let me put it out there. Juan Soto, I just mentioned, he's an NL MVP. He's the NL MVP candidate, right? Juan Soto. Who's another guy that's NL MVP? Put him out there. Guy on the same, Corbin Burns, who's the pitcher. Godley, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts. These guys are, Trey Turner, Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, these are a lot of guys that are, Mookie Betts. These are all guys that can possibly win the NL MVP. Ronald Acuna has been the cream of the crop so far to win the NL MVP, and I don't think it's been close. I don't think it's been close at all for the NL MVP. I don't think it's been close. I think if you're saying anybody else, you're lying to yourself, because he's been flat out the best player in the NL so far. He's been the best player in the NL so far. But if I had to, like I said, I think Juan Soto is a guy that can definitely catch up to him. Fernando Tatis, Trey Turner, I just talked about it. Mookie Betts. These are all guys that can come up. It's still early in the season. Let me pull up Juan Soto's stats. Juan Soto's, he's been great for a few years now since the Nats, but he's come out flat this year. Batting 183, only 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. I expect that bat to wake up easily, hands down, easily. Moving on to my AL MVP choice, Shohei Ohtani. Need I say more? For Shohei Ohtani, who has rumors that he might be dealt at some point this season. 269, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Oh, but it gets better. Ladies and gentlemen. My man's is pitching. Let me pull up his pitching stats. 2-0 this year. As a matter of fact, last year he was 15-9 with a 2.33 ERA. This year he's 2-0 this year. 0.86 ERA with 27 Ks. Now his base on balls are kind of up there, 13 base on balls. He's only allowed 6 hits, ladies and gentlemen. 6 hits all season. That's special. He's winning my AL MVP. Last year was Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge won the AL MVP. And then Paul Goldschmidt won the NL MVP. Bryce Harper won it the year before. Freddie Freeman won the year before that in the NL. But yeah, AL MVP last year was Aaron Judge. You know what? Look. Shohei Ohtani is a once-in-a-generation type of talent. Another guy, you haven't seen a guy like this. You haven't seen a guy that can pitch like this and that can hit like this. I don't think you've ever seen a guy like this. If it wasn't for Aaron Judge having the season that he had, which was a historic season, he would have won AL MVP last year. And I think he got robbed, man. You know what? I don't want to say Aaron Judge rightfully so. He should have won it last year. But Shohei Ohtani was rightfully deserving of winning that award as well. Easily. Another guy to look out for, other than Aaron Judge, who hasn't been Aaron Judge, we already know what he's batting. 273, 6 home runs, 11 RBIs, 0.958 on base percentage, was good, top 25 in the league. He's top 5 in home runs so far. He'll probably be the home run winner leader again. Who's leading that? I wonder who's leading that in home runs. I have to look that up and see who's leading home runs so far this year. Home runs. Who is leading home runs? Patrick Wisdom of my Cubs, 9 home runs so far. Pete Alonso tied with him at 9. Max Muncy with 8. Yeah. My guy is another guy, Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. He's another guy that's up for AL MVP. Batting 259, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, 0.790 on base percentage. Julio Rodriguez is another guy that you got to watch out for AL MVP. So, But anyways, my winner is going to be Shohei Ohtani this year. I think he actually gets it done. I think that he'll have an even better pitching year this season. I don't know if he'll get traded. Those are the rumors. They're very strong. I don't know if he'll get traded, but Shohei Ohtani is definitely my winner to win the AL MVP so far this year, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, we will come back here tomorrow with the crossover. David and TJ will come here. Hopefully I'll come. And I will have a Prime Sports World special edition podcast for the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight, ladies and gentlemen. Late night. So you do not want to miss that. And I will come back. We'll come back. We're going to come back with a trio of episodes tomorrow. So you guys don't want to miss that content tomorrow as we come with the crossover, and we're going to come with the Tank Davis fight, pre-fight, and we're going to come with the Tank Davis fight, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia fight after the fight to talk boxing. Because that's what we do here at Prime Sports World. We bring the heat, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, go ahead, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast here at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and catch us, me and David, here on our Twitter handles, Izzy_PSW, David PSW I think it's David _PSW. I have to get that right. And in case you missed this live feed, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead. You can catch us on all streaming platforms where podcasts can be heard. That is Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. So you do not want to miss that content. Prime Sports World keeps it locked in 365 days out the year, bringing the heat, locked in 360 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't want to miss that hot content coming here from Prime Sports World, ladies and gentlemen. But like I always like to end the show, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good, responsible, good night. I know it's Friday. Drink responsibly. Put your car in park at your house. Go call a Lyft. Go call an Uber, especially if you're going to go out and drink tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a long, hard week for some of you guys, and you guys want to unwind, but we don't want anyone getting in trouble. So go ahead and please drink responsibly tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, as I like to end all of my shows, in case I missed you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Sayonara, suckers.